Shalom, brothers and sisters. My name is Rabbi Yitzchak Shapira. As when we enter to the month of Adar, we say, Mishenichnas Adar, Marbin Anu Besimcha. Meaning, when Adar comes in, we are commanded to be in abundant joy. And I was thinking about this today as I was walking on this path. As you notice, this path that I'm walking on today is not very clear. It is not very clear because a storm came in. When the COVID-19 came, and I released the Besorah according to COVID-19, and I spoke about the mutation of the virus. Before there was a mutation of the virus, I had no idea how big the storm that is coming ahead of us. Now, friends, I want to tell you something about this storm. During the time of the storm, it is very difficult, as you can see, to see the path. The path is not very clear. The prophets of Israel spoke about it. They call this time Ahavat HaMashiach. And in the Besorah, according to COVID-19, I spoke about this time called Ahavat HaMashiach. It is time that is difficult to see the footprints of God in the world. It is almost as God has left the world altogether. The final time, the final stage before the coming of Mashiach is called Astarat HaPanim. Moses prophesied about it in Deuteronomy chapter 31, and he said there will be time that it will seem like their God is not here, that God is not present. But I have to tell you something good news. God is present. And the month of Adar is the time that we need to acknowledge, although the book of Esther does not mention the name of God, He is present more than any other time. What are you to do in the month of Adar? And how can we have joy when we cannot even see the path for the redemption? Let me give you a word today that will encourage you in these last days. God said, make me a highway. Put a highway in the wilderness. Friends, it is impossible to put a highway in the wilderness unless you have a bulldozer to come and make a path even through the snow. You need a snow blower today to see this path. How are we to make a path for the redemption if we can't even see the road? That is why we need the GPS. God plan of salvation. GPS. God has given each and every one of us a tool for these last days. It says in the book of Acts chapter 1, He said, I have given you the Gevurah, the strength and the power. When Israel was established in 1948, this is the very first time that we have given what's called the sign of Gevurah as a modern state. And let me tell you the story of this state, how the state of Israel was established. Because when Israel was declared as a nation, the northern border was attacked immediately. And we had a brigade of tanks. Now those tanks made a lot of noises. But those tanks did not have actual any ammo. There was no weapon, they just make noise. But they made so much noise that they were able to hold the Syrians until we get the real ammunition. You see, this brigade had no weapons, but they stood together in uniformity until help came. This brigade had exactly 12 tanks. Just as 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples have changed the world. Today we are waiting for the help from the heavens. We are waiting for the Messiah to come and redeem us all. But today, I want to tell you, God has given us enough. He is giving you enough that you can do more than noise. You can stand. You can pave the highway. You can prepare for the last days. And you can make a way for others to come to the Mesilah, to this highway. But somebody has to make a way. And during the month of Adar, as we are prepared, we remember Esther. Esther made a way by her mesirut nefesh, her willing to lay her life for others. And that is what God is calling you to do today. This is what God is calling you for these last days. To be like Esther, to put yourself down and to plow the way, make a way, prepare the way. Even if you have to stand before the enemy with a weapon that just make noise. Prophet Isaiah said, go on the rooftop, shout to God, make noise, the help will come. So although today it seems like there is no God, it's hard to see God in the midst of the chaos, this is the time that God says, I am giving the stage to you. I am giving the stage to each and every one of you to be raised up like Esther, because I will supervise this. How Israel was established as a nation, was God there? Of course God was there. But it's not that God was only there. The people were willing to sacrifice everything for the welfare of the people of Israel. Today is your time. Make this highway. This highway is made out of bricks. Those bricks represent your sacrifices, your relationship with one another. This is the message of the Messiah according to COVID-19. God is moving us today out of Egypt, but the people have no path to go for. So He's calling upon you and saying, will you make this path? Will you make a path for those who are coming out of Egypt today? Will you lay yourself down like Esther to be this living path so that others will come on in? Hope that this will be done, but not just done because judgment is coming. It will be done in great joy, in the joy of the Messiah. God bless you. Go with joy. Plow together with joy. Prepare the way with joy and never look back, because God, He is with you. Even if you just make a noise, help is on the way. Shalom, everyone.